Hey MGDS, it's Deskalo here with my two kitchen helpers, Maya and Orly. And today we're going to show you how to make some matzah toffee. So it's a matzah covered with caramel and then baked and covered with some chocolate. So we're going to start out today. This recipe uses about 4 to 6 sheets of matzah, but for our purposes, because everyone in our house really likes it, we're gonna double it, but I'm just gonna give you the recipe for one batch. So we're gonna start out and put foil all over our baking sheet here because the caramel can get pretty sticky. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our matzah. Maya and Orly are gonna go ahead and do that for us and put them down inside the baking sheets. Go ahead. All right, so it's okay if you have to break some pieces of matzah in order for them to fit. It's okay, these should fit fully. Yep, this is just, let's put the whole pieces down first. See how many whole pieces you can fit first. And then go ahead and add, no, yeah, there you go. And Maya, why don't you go ahead and grab another matzah there. Okay, good. Okay, why don't you put that whole one over there? Thank you. All right, and let's break this one up here. It's okay, guys, it doesn't need to be perfect. You're gonna break it up into pieces anyway after you bake it and it's all cool. All right, so you kind of want your trays to be set up like this. All right, we've got 3 trays of matzah. Orly, will you please go grab that other tray there for us? Great, okay.
Mommy.
All right, so you've gone ahead and done that. You're gonna go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then we're gonna start to make our caramel sauce. So we are going to take, for just 4 to 6 sheets of matzah, you only need 1 cup of butter. 1 cup of butter is 2 sticks. As I mentioned though, we are gonna double it here, so I'm gonna add 4 sticks of butter. And we're gonna turn on our heat here so we can start getting that butter melted. Maya, Orly, will you guys open up each one of those butters for me? Now, we forgot to mention it here, but a really important thing whenever you start baking or cooking is that everybody washes their hands. So Maya and Orly have already gone ahead and done that. So we're all set and clean and ready to go. All right, you can go ahead and do that, Maya. Nice job. I've got my stovetop here turned to about a medium heat to get the butter melted. It'll just depend. My butter came from the freezer, so it might take a little bit longer to be melted. So to that butter, we are gonna go ahead and add some brown sugar. For 1 cup of butter, 2 sticks of butter, we are adding 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar. Alrighty, here's a 1/2 cup. Orly's, why don't you go ahead and start us out? I need 3 of those to start for our, okay, and we want to make sure that it's nice and level, guys. So, like this, packed in tight, all the way to the top. There's 1. All right, let me help you dig a little deeper so it's nice and full. Hold on 1 second there. It's all right, it's a little messy. All right, we got 2. Go ahead, Orly.
Let's do like 1 more.
We need 1 more. Alrighty. Now we actually, remember, we doubled it here, so we're gonna double this sugar. So we actually need 3 more 1/2 cups. Maya, you wanna go ahead and do those for me? All right.
Nice and full.
All right, in the meantime, I can see our butter slowly starting to melt. I'll show you guys that in a minute. 1, good. We got 2 more to go there.
We're going to be done with the brown sugar.
All right, it is hard. All right, but you're doing a great job here. Just want to make sure if you guys are helping your moms or dads or grandmas or whoever with this recipe, that this pot is hot, so be careful and let all the grown-ups do all the cooking close. All right, so we used up my whole bag of brown sugar, and we're gonna let that start to cook. I'm gonna grab a whisk here.
You got a whisk.
All right, yep, and we're gonna just let it come to a boil and keep whisking it so that it is smooth. All right, so we're watching this caramel here start to melt. Maybe you can kind of see it a little bit here. right, and our oven is preheating too, so we're gonna keep whisking this. Now the only other things we're gonna be adding to this caramel once it's reached that boil is we're gonna add some vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract per recipe, and a large pinch of salt. So it depends. Some people like their caramel sweeter, some people like their caramel a little saltier. Up to you. We like it a little saltier in our house, so we'll be a little heavy-handed with our salt. All right. So we really want this mixture to be nice and bubbly, fully melted. And then we're gonna go ahead and pour it over our matzahs. We're not there quite yet. The pouring of the caramel is definitely gonna be a job for the grown-ups because it can be very, very hot and we don't want anybody to get burned. But
And
Maya, if you wanna go,
messy.
it is messy, you're right, it definitely is messy. All right, I'm gonna let Maya go ahead and do some stirring. Nice job, Maya. Orly, will you wanna do some stirring too? All righty. Nice stirring, Maya. As you can see, I still got
Butter.
1 big piece of butter in there because I took my butter from the freezer. Definitely will go a little bit faster if you're taking butter straight from the refrigerator. And I haven't done this, but I'm sure you could do it with margarine if you did want to make this a parb recipe. All right, Orly, go on ahead. Hold 1 hand onto the pot, or Maya can hold it for you.
Mom, can you hold it? Yeah, just be
Okay,
careful.
watch your arm.
I can see
Actually-
that big thing of butter.
You can. You know, Orly, if you want to go get a stool from the bathroom so you can see a little better, that would be fine with me. All right, so I'm just going to show you guys, but it's really thickened up here. Looks like a really, really nice caramel. Okay. All right.
This is like a cool tip. If your arm gets tired, you can use your wrist instead of your whole arm. It's just your wrist.
All right. Exactly. Thanks for the tip, Maya.
Maybe you should like kind of try to get that
Butter?
down.
All right. Well, yeah, it's slowly moving, slowly melting with.
Maybe you should like get the butter because I can still see that butter like.
All right. I'll go ahead and take
and
over.
Yeah,
But thank you
I'll
for
put
helping.
this-
All right, so this butter here is almost melted. We are gonna go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Maya, why don't you go ahead and get the teaspoon measuring for me?
Can I do the salt first?
Sure, you can do the salt.
Let's
Use this one right here. All right,
just, is this for vanilla?
yeah.
So,
So, yeah, now we remember we doubled it, so we're gonna add a little bit more, but 2 teaspoons, do it right over the top so it doesn't, yep, spill. All right, let's do 1. Good.
I'm going to do the salt.
All right, Orly, you're gonna do
Two.
you be my heavy-handed pincher of the salt. Okay. All right, good. Orly. All right, so I want you to just pour some salt in this.
Just a little bit.
All
There
right,
you go.
that's a nice amount of salt. Okay, everybody,
It's
so
like a caramel salty.
you do like your caramel salty. Good. All right, so we've got a nice, beautiful, thick caramel here. It's not burned. It's a perfect color. Nice golden brown, a little darker. I'm going to turn off my stovetop here, and I'm going to come over to my trays that are covered with foil with the matzahs. I'm going to go ahead and put the caramel on top and then put them straight in the oven.
It looks so yummy. But we're gonna get to taste it after, so. Yum.
All right, now what you're gonna do is we're gonna take a spatula and and spread the caramel a little bit.
Mommy, can I do some of this stuff?
Sure, to make sure that that caramel spreads a little bit. So it covers all of our matzah pieces. So we're gonna take a little bit of little spatula, little spreading action going on here. All right.
Because if you don't spread it, not all of the matzah is gonna get covered with caramel.
Correct,
And then
correct.
that
And
tastes
we
really
want to have a
good if
really
you
nice caramel flavor.
And in my opinion, if you don't have all the caramel there,
Sure.
it
Go
doesn't
ahead,
taste
Orly.
as good. Cover it up like here. I'll do it after you, Orly. You go do this last piece, and then you can finish it off. You do it like maybe by the end, because there's a lot of by the end. And we're gonna like put in the oven. And
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
All right, so this is how we want it to look. Nice and covered with the caramel. We're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven and cook it for about 15 minutes or so. We're gonna keep an eye on it to make sure that it isn't burning, but we want the caramel to be bubbling. So go ahead, put this in the oven, keep an eye on it for about 12 to 15 minutes or so. We're gonna go ahead and do that now.
We're back on air.
We are back on air. We did a little pause for a second so we could let our matzah toffee bake. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. I put 2 little trivets here so we can put down our hot baking sheets. Remember, grown-ups only doing this part. And we're going to put it down here, and I'm going to show you the next step.
Which will be covering the caramel matzah with chocolate.
Thank you. All right, so you can see kind of here, it's nice and bubbly. So we're gonna go ahead and put down our 2 cookie sheets here. I'm gonna go ahead and put my 3rd one in, which I didn't get a chance to do. All righty, now,
Bubbly and hot.
it is nice and bubbly and hot, and we're not gonna touch it. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and put our 2nd tray here. So the next part here, I'm gonna close my oven. Alrighty, is we're gonna take any kind of chocolate you like. You can do white chocolate, you can do dark chocolate, you can do semi-sweet. We got all different kinds here. But we're gonna go ahead and start with this semi-sweet Belgian chocolate. And you're gonna go ahead and sprinkle it without touching it. Sprinkle them on top. And then we're gonna go ahead and leave the chocolate without touching it so it can melt a little bit. Girls, go ahead. All right, we're not going to touch the pan. It's super hot. All right, and actually, let me give you guys a little bowl here so it's easier for you to grab. Yeah, these are a little bit bigger chunks. I'm hopeful that they will melt a little bit, but sometimes the bigger they are, the harder it is for them to melt. So sometimes it's a little bit easier to use mini chocolate chips. But if you like white, go ahead and use white chocolate. We really want to spread these out. A little bit of this kind here.
I pour a little bit of that kind.
Sure, go ahead. One of you switch places. Maya can go ahead and put over there.
Ooh, these are like cold, so.
And we're using about, I don't know, about 8 ounces per recipe. So maybe we're using even a little bit more. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna just use my hand to try and spread these out a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead, that's good, Maya, that's probably
And as
enough
you
there.
can see, they're like getting lighter and melting.
Right. Okay, so that's probably good enough. We've got plenty of chocolate. We don't need any
It is
more.
melting. And this is like, it's like almost done.
Okay, great. So we're gonna go ahead and let that sit for about 5 minutes. And in about 5 minutes, once the chocolate has seemingly started to melt, we're gonna go ahead and grab a spatula. I've got a nice metal one here, which is nice and smooth, but you can go ahead and use a knife, anything you have, and we're gonna go ahead and spread the chocolate. So I know you just wanna go ahead and spread it now, but we've gotta wait those 5 minutes. So set your timer for 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and spread. All right, so we waited those 5 minutes. It was pretty hard, but we went ahead and did it. And the chocolate looks nice and melted right now. So these trays are still pretty hot, but we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it the first kind of smooth out to make it look nice and smooth. And the chocolate is really melting beautifully. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then after I finish doing this, I will lift up the tray here so you guys can take a look and see what it should look like. So after I do this one. I'm gonna have Maya and Orly go over my work here to even smooth out the chocolate a little bit more so we don't really have any thick spots. So I'm gonna have one of you start on this one here.
Be so careful or the pan is still hot.
All right. Good.
These are one of my favorite Passover desserts to eat.
Yes, I would agree. So now you can go ahead and just leave it like this. We're gonna go ahead and put these either in the refrigerator or freezer to cool completely, and then we're gonna break them into little pieces. You can top them if you wanted to with sea salt. You can top them with sea salt. You can top them with raisins. You can top them with nuts. We got some little brown pistachios here. So whatever you guys like, you can go ahead and do. So one thing that we will always,
cranberries.
you can top a few with raisins, sure. One thing we like to do is like to put some coarse sea salt on ours to give it a nice other salty texture.
And
so,
flavor,
right, to bring out the sweetness. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna coarsely grind some Himalayan pink salt here on top. And I'm gonna do that on this one too. Thanks, Maya, for smoothing that out for me. And I don't know about you guys at home, but I know that my two helpers like to lick the spoon. So they've done a really good job today. So I am gonna let them go ahead and lick that spoon today.
Be careful, it's gonna be.
All right, so Orly said she wanted a little craisins. We'll put a little craisins on top of the corner here. You could put toffee, you could put pecans.
This is so yummy. It's also kind of bitter.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. In this corner here, we can add a few pistachios.
Hey, not that. Don't break the steak. Hey.
All right.
You would.
All right, so that's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my refrigerator. If you want to put it in your freezer to make it go a little faster, that's fine too. And then once it's, we'll see if we've got room. And then once it's done, take it out, crack it into pieces. We like to store ours in the freezer and serve at your Seder. Thanks so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our recipe and our demonstration of Matzah Toffee.
Thank you for watching it on air. Chag Sameach.